Morning. Hi, Anna. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Belmar. Hello, Tastes Like Chocolate. Good morning, Amber. Hi, Cassie. Mm, well, how are you doing? Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. Hi, Cindy. Oh, Cindy, we're almost getting to your favorite part of the year and mine. It's finally chilly this morning, but I slept in. I had intended to enjoy this weather this morning by getting up and like sitting out on my porch and having coffee. But instead, I slept because my kids aren't here for the first time in a million years, and I didn't have to get people up at 6:30 or argue with them to eat breakfast. So that's what I decided to do. What are you doing? Oh man, Cindy, I'm gonna message you later. Because I was you've been on my mind. I feel like you need to come over. Come over and say hello to me. Oh my God, you have a coffee and magic alarm. Okay, so other people are moving slow too. Christine's intentionally moving slow. Good morning, Misty. Whoops, cancel. Yeah, I have a whole weekend with no kids, and so I've really kind of packed it in. A few things are going to have to not um, make the cut, I think. I had this thought that I was going to paint the cabinets this weekend, but I don't know where I'm fitting that in. And I don't really feel like it. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It's so fun to have solo time, right? So last night, Megan and I went to a sound healing over at Ron's house. And if you are in this area, the Harrisburg area, Ron's in Harrisburg, he has some really cool people come through his home, sharing their various healing techniques. He's got a lot of events coming up. So if you don't follow him already, I think his handle is VibeX, but I'll pop it in my stories. But anyway, those are really lovely sound healing last night. I really needed it. I've been feeling like I need my energy shaken up, And I used to do so many events, and I don't get out and do that anymore for various reasons, but I'm feeling like I need it right now. Hi, Alex. Alex says, I've been choosing my timelines the last 2 mornings, being even more intentional. I almost just went into autopilot this morning, but saw the beautiful morning sun come through my window and felt like I should make the most of it. I love it. How has that been going with choosing of the timelines if you've been doing that? Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Jen. You did acupuncture with sound healing. Oof, that sounds amazing. Yeah, that was good. More of that, boosting that. All right. Well, it's new moon in Virgo, I believe. And I'm curious, just a question before we get into the cards. How has this Virgo season treated you? Have you felt um, organically or maybe non organically that some energies in your life have gotten organized? Or did you spontaneously organize a closet or, something like that? I feel like for me, I am organizing my home in an interesting way, but also my wardrobe. I feel like I'm consciously looking at the things I'm wearing and being like, "Yeah, no, this doesn't really feel like me anymore." You know? Hello, Navamala. I'm glad to hear that, Caress. Okay, Cassie organized her entire house. We've got Tori who organized the medicine cabinet. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and that's not bad, right? I feel like I still have, stuff to do. I just also I don't know, those of you with kids, how do we do this? Because I feel like I spend time and get things just so delightful, and, then they just come in and they destroy it so quickly, and I don't know. They're getting a little better, but that's only because I take away cell phones and stuff, you know? It's not coming from their heart. "Oh, you broke up with your boyfriend and kicked him out." Well, it's good for you? Good morning. Hi, Vera. So, yeah. So you might be feeling that energy, especially more right now during this new moon time of just like, let's get these ducks in order. Let's get new systems that, you know, work better and make you feel better. And remember, after Virgo season, we move into Libra season. And these two dovetail beautifully if you're conscious of why, because Virgo season is going to help you get everything organized because Libra season wants it to look pretty. Okay. Libra wants you to walk into your home and be like, why, yes, this is the abode that best represents my energy. I feel good when I'm in here, like all those things. These are really important things, and kids do make it really challenging. But again, there's always something to do that you can do, small things to make your living environment feel more like you. Yes, Virgo does want that too. But what I'm talking about is the dovetail between Virgo season and Libra season. So if you're already in that and then you're moving into that Libra energy, you'll be really set up to like continue the beautifying process. Hi, Beth. Yes, constantly picking up. Well, whatever. The kids are the kids. I don't think I was I don't think I was neat and tidy as a child either. Um, so I have a few things we're going to do this morning. How weird am I this morning? I'm so like, it's not bad. I just like, I'm not very hyper. I'm usually very hyper for coffee and magic, but I just feel a little more laid back this morning. Got a lot of stuff to do today, and I want to tackle all my tasks really slowly this weekend. That's my goal, just very slow. Okay, so we're going to pull some cards for this new moon, but we're going to do a little different. You're going to get your normal coffee and magic pull for the new moon, but I'm also going to pull a card from this deck. We haven't done this in a while. So I'm also going to pull a card from the Empath Activation deck at the end, okay? That will just be our new moon thingamajiggy. I've actually felt different since I did that spontaneous channeling on Wednesday. I really needed that. And now I am wondering what to do with myself because I've been feeling so crazy until I was in workshop on Wednesday night, and it was like the end of workshop, and it just started channeling, and I felt so much better. I felt like I had the most massive release ever. So I think I need to reflect on that a little bit and maybe recognize that I need to give space for channeling like I used to. Maybe not as much space, but perhaps I need to think about that because if it's going to make me feel better, I need to do that. It's like I guess just information is just coming in so strong these days, and if I'm not releasing it, it just gets pent up in my body, and it does not. I do not feel good when that happens, and every time I forget, and then every time I channel, and it is much better. Yeah, the replay is up. No, because it wasn't a live channeling. It was, well, I mean, it was live, but it was in the Normalized Magic workshop on Wednesday. So it wasn't like an event. But I will look at it. I haven't rewatched it yet, and I don't remember much about it. So I'm going to do that and see about it. And then, like I said, we're really rolling up close on equinox, but I might do a pop-up event for some live channeling for the equinox. So look out for that. If you're not on my mailing list, maybe be on it, or just, I think if you follow me on Instagram, that would also be adequate. But TikTok, you never know if you'll be able to find things at the right time. Okay, well, let's get into it. Yeah, the spoons. I'm going to give you 3 things. You choose which one feels most aligned with you this morning. Okay. Why don't we just do cutlery? Are you a spoon, a knife, or a fork? Spoon, knife, and fork. Drop it in the comments. It's like my mug, the little titties. Hi, Christine. So, spoon, knife, and fork. Those are your cutlery choices today. Shuffling. Ooh, hold on. I've got fuzzies on the bridge of my nose. Okay. Annoying. Fork, knife, and spoon, my friends. Fork, knife, and spoons. Tell me when you're ready for your fork. I have it here. Okay, so this is your fork. Trust, Grail Knight, Eagle. Christine. Okay, so Trust, Grail Knight, Eagle. This is your fork. You're just joining us. You can choose from fork, knife, and spoon, but this is your fork. So Trust, the Grail Knight, and Eagle. We're going to talk first about the Grail Knight, okay? Okay, let's be really specific. So we had Pisces full moon recently. Do y'all remember that? Don't ask me when it was. It was recent though. It wasn't maybe possibly with the last full moon we had. I think it was the one before that, but I don't know. Whatever. Whenever we had the Pisces full moon. If somebody has a date for that, drop it in the comments. I can't be trusted to locate those. But anyway, whenever that Pisces full moon was, something came up for you, okay, that threatened the illusions you have created, okay? And the illusions that we create are not to be delulu, right? It's there's a reason that we do it, okay? But whatever happened, okay, Jen's telling us it was August 30th. Janelle's telling us too. August 30th. So that was the last full moon we had. So wow, where have I been? Okay, anyway, that Pisces full moon, whatever happened for you then kind of shed light on some illusions that you had created around you and made you possibly look at things from a different perspective. Maybe you didn't like it, but it required you to kind of trust your instinct on that and to trust that like it's okay to let go of a previous way of seeing something. Okay? Now, we're going to compound or no, loop back to that energy because it's here again for your review. It's a little bit different though. So we have a pin in that full moon energy. Now we're here for this new moon energy. How what have you learned about this illusion in the past 2 weeks, which have seemed like 3 years? What have you learned about the illusions that were uncovered? What have you learned? That is what you are being asked right now, and can you trust what you say you've learned? And can you kind of just like it's almost like a surrender to that knowledge and you don't need to know what the answer is next. It's only asking, what did you learn over the past 2 weeks about that illusion? And can you trust the knowing of that? That is the end of that sentence for right now. So there you go, fork people. Interesting one. Sorry, it was spoon. Thank you. I meant spoon. Oh my god. Spoon, knife, and fork. The next one is knife. Thank you guys so much for that. Oh my god, I love this fork. Do you guys remember Taco Bell? And do you remember Mexican pizzas? And do you remember the spork that comes with the Mexican pizzas? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Did I call that fork the whole time and then I tricked you? I'm so sorry. I mean, maybe it was for a reason. Anyway, that was spoon. It wasn't fork. And this next one is knife. Sorry, guys. Woo. All right. Oh, I mean, are we surprised? Are we surprised? Come on. Have we met each other? All right, so that was spoon. We're gonna do knife now. This is knife. Knife. Oh, maybe you got tricked into the one that you needed. Okay. All right, so this is your knife. So, like for real, this is the one. This is knife. Okay, tell me when you're ready for it. Okay, so here's your knife. It's a cat. It's a fire fairy, and it's the burden. This is knife. You've got cat, fire fairy, and burden. Okay, so whenever cat comes up, you know I'm going to talk to you about boundaries, but let's like really think about cats for a second, okay? So it's not just boundaries. Let's talk about independence, okay? Let's talk about independence because that's really what this card is about. It's about asking yourself if you are okay making your own decisions, moving your body from one place to the other, changing your mind from this to that? Are you able to navigate the map of your own life independently, or do you need to run every decision by someone or something else? Because it could be a person, it can also be a school of thought, an organization, I don't know, right? So it's asking you about your level of independence in that space. Like, how is your energy? Do you feel that freedom? And of course, boundaries are baked into the cat message always, right? It's like if you want a cat to come to you, you can't just be like, come here, come here, come here, because the cat will be like, ew, did you think I was a dog? Am I supposed to match your energy? Because I won't. And the cat's not probably going to come, right? Some cats, but not most. Instead, if you want a cat to come, you need to calm the fuck down and you need to be like, hey, come if it feels aligned for you. I've got these pets ready. I'll pet you. But if you're not feeling like being pet right now, that's your decision. Like, don't let my desire to pet you put you in a position where you feel like you are not in charge of your own body. You know what I'm saying? So, cat. Then we have fire, fairy, and burden. And this one is so interesting. Like, what an interesting pull and push energy you've got going on here, because it feels like you have this like big energy for creation happening that's making you feel like a heavy burden, like almost like the bigness of your creativity right now is your burden. And that's fascinating, isn't it? That like something you've been asking for, because I think you've been asking to feel this creativity again. Now you're feeling it and you're feeling like, I don't know, it's not the right time, or like I don't have the space to create this, or whatever it is. It feels like a little bit weird. Like you just it doesn't feel like go time, and like it feels like, now am I wasting this energy? Like what the fuck, right? It feels very kind of thing. So if that's feeling like you right now, we need to look back at this, okay? If that is where you feel the stuckness, where it's like, I have all these ideas and that's making me feel burdensome, we need to look at your level of independence and sovereignty in catness. That might be holding you back a little bit. Okay. That was your knife message. The next one is actually going to be your fork message. For some of you, it'll be the spork message. Hi, what are you doing? Don't come be chaotic in here. Yeah, he heard me. All right. This is going to be your fork message. What are you doing, Kenny? What are you doing? Thank you for the kisses. Okay, so tell me when you're ready. He's being a good boy. He's using his approved scratcher for his nails, so I do appreciate that. YouTube has a pretty good view of him. Oh. Okay. So this is your fork. It's the wasp. Focus and the raven. Wasp, focus, and raven. Okay, so my forkers. What did I mean? The wasp is hasn't come up in a minute, so let's talk about that. Usually, when the wasp comes up, it's because you've got some haters doing hater things, right? And it happens when those close enough to you to like kind of like touch on your energy are watching what you're doing and being triggered by you, and then throwing that energy of jealousy and whatever else they've got mixed up in there at you, and you're feeling that. This is a really good time to. Have you ever heard that thing kids say, or they used to say? Because my mom used to tell me this, so this is probably old. But it's, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. Remember that one? Remember it. Maybe you need to start saying it. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. And that is all you need to know about that. Because the truth of the matter is, you're always going to have these guys. Because you came into this world to be a walking trigger for some people. Because the more that you reach your own alignment, the more that you say yes to yourself, the more that you love yourself and act accordingly, the more difficult it is for people around you to pretend like they're doing that too, right? But they're not ready to step into that space, so they don't want to see you do it. Quite honestly, it's boring at this point, right? Like, wow, is this really what we're doing? Like, that's how you're spending your time, you know? So that's it. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. You want to think that I'm X, Y, and Z? Enjoy thinking it. It's really none of my fucking business. So instead of focusing on this, let's focus on this. Because when you're doing this is always going to be around, but don't give it your energy. You know? Because now we're focusing on our magic. We're focusing on our magic. Okay? And it is potent. And it is possible. And you have already seen how potent and possible you are. So keep going. When this happens, it's actually a wonderful confirmation that you are doing your shit, because otherwise you would not be triggering anybody, right? Focus on your magic. Okay, forkers? Focus on your magic. There you go. Those are your polls for today. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the empath poll. All right. So now this is going to be your collective. That's right, Beth. Focus on your magic, workers. This is going to be your collective new moon vibe pull. We haven't done this in a minute. This is coming from my empath activation deck by Reverend Stephanie Redfeather. So it's number 11, the spiritual crucible. It's interesting. I pull so rarely from this deck, so rarely. But a few years ago, this was the one. So here we are again. Spiritual crucible. Sounds like a fun time. Let's read about it. All right. So I'm going to read it to you. You are emerging from the spiritual crucible, a time in your life of intense pressure, concentrated forces, and an opportunity, chosen or forced, to release the impurities in your life. These contaminants might be poisonous belief systems, outdated values, draining relationships, dysfunctional behaviors, a dissonant job, or inauthentic ways of being. What remains of you now after this accelerated growth cycle is a more pure, authentic, and refined version of yourself. The oracle of the spiritual crucible is here to tell you that this period of upheaval is closing and easier days are ahead of you. We'll see. In scientific terms, a crucible is a small container, usually metal or ceramic, designed to withstand high heat. The substance placed in the crucible is heated to an extreme temperature, typically for the purpose of separating or burning off impurities. This period of difficulty you are emerging from served that purpose for you. Like gold, a precious metal, you, a precious being, were tested in the fires of the spiritual crucible and emerged with a new, enriched, and purified core. The process is part of the construct of the current Earth School, which your soul knew when it chose to incarnate in this lifetime. As a result, you are vibrating at a much higher frequency, and your light body is in the process of integrating this new vibration of light. Through the refinement of heartache, disappointment, unmet expectations, loss, unexpected events, or chaos, your cells have been alchemically transformed. You do not think the same way that you did before. You do not hold the same beliefs. Your values have dramatically changed. Your perspective has risen. Your gaze has widened. You are anchored more firmly in your true essence. You possess a wisdom, steadiness, sureness, and grace that only a person who has survived intense ego stripping initiation can exude. Your very understanding of yourself has metamorphosed. Dearest celestial earth walker, have you taken the time to reflect on just how far you have come? Have you given yourself the gift of acknowledging this journey and blessing the crucible? It might seem odd or challenging to appreciate a thing that seemed to cause so much pain, grief, and chaos. Yet, it is precisely these conditions that combine to transform you into this upgraded, discerning, and more confident you. Even the wisest among us cannot see all outcomes or that everything that occurred during your time in the fire served a specific purpose. Blessing the what and who neutralizes any charge that might still exist in your emotional body. Accessing gratitude gives your heart the opening to purge any remaining grief over what has metaphorically or literally died during this death and rebirth process so that it doesn't fester. You are brave, determined. You are a spirit with a bold and willing soul. Your devotion to your healing and growth is to be commended. Take the time to love yourself, to celebrate yourself, to marvel at what you endured, to admire the person who came out on the other side. Grieve what still needs to be grieved, but don't stagnate there. Process what still needs to be processed so you can extract every last precious drop of wisdom, perspective, and compassion from what transpired. Give yourself time to integrate all of it through loving self care and downtime. This seemingly barren time will produce abundant fruit. You have much to offer, and you are now in a position to bring your unique contribution to the world in a new and potent way. Well, happy new moon, mother forkers. So that was pretty good. I feel like that was like spot on. And um, let's all celebrate our crucibles this weekend and ourselves. And I will see you on Monday again at 9 a.m. Hope you have a really good weekend. If you enjoy these things, please like, share, follow all the things that really helps me to be seen on the interwebs. And I love you guys. Mwah. Bye, everyone. Mwah. Mwah.